Hello everybody. It's 2:53 in the morning, Friday morning. I wasn't going to make this video, but I've had a hell of a day today, and I just got through shoveling a couple hours ago. Probably just messed up my back again because I'm not supposed to do this kind of stuff, but we don't have a choice here. The kerosene people will not come and deliver kerosene that we need to the park unless we shovel a pathway. It's literally the length of the trailer from the walkway or the driveway to the kerosene tank, and Donna can't do it at 74 years old as a stroke victim, and I am still trying to recover from having to shovel a lot of snow in Nebraska at the monastery a couple weeks ago. So I'm going to be hurting the next couple of days again from having to shovel all of that heavy frozen snow. But whatever, just to get the kerosene to be delivered tomorrow. But anyway, I spent the entire day again. I'm still not feeling well. I have infections in both ears, severe chronic fatigue and heaviness, nausea, just a lot of pain, and I'm just feeling so sick. And I've already been on 2 bouts the past couple months of antibiotics. I've been in the hospital, multiple doctor's appointments. And I'm just making this video because I'm fed up now, because I spent... Not only did I have to wait a week before I finally spent four straight hours today trying to get to the bottom, is demanding and fighting, and to no avail. Because the healthcare system, and probably because of Biden, I don't know, is screwing me over. I cannot get... They keep playing games. I need referrals to be able to be seen by Yale ENT. Now, the hospital said I had a serious infection, they think, so they're going to treat it that way after I was already on a lot of antibiotics. They put me on even more antibiotics for a couple weeks. It started working, but then as soon as the antibiotics wore off, my ear is leaking this fluid that crystallizes all over my pillow and everything. Now this ear, there's a lot of severe headaches and pain and this and that. Now, it could be a couple things. It could be a tumor, which they may have or may have not last February found when I was in the hospital very sick last February. They said, they were going to do a angiogram or whatever, go through my arteries into my brain and do a surgery. And then they all of a sudden, right before surgery, decided to cancel it and say, never mind, we think it's an artifact. We don't know what we're looking at, so we're not going to do the surgery. So I still had the headaches and the illness and the nausea, which I've been dealing with for a couple of years now, and it got worse, the past year. And so I'm seeing Yale Digestive Disease people, and they're trying to get to the bottom of what's going on with my GI tract. I have a bunch of problems, and they're trying to figure out why I'm so sick. I don't have COVID. I just got my COVID results back. Now, on the 4th, I had another COVID test done, and they said they would get back to me right away with the results within 3 to 5 business days or sooner. They would call me if it was positive, and they would email me if it was negative. Well, they didn't do anything, so I finally called and said, hey, what's up? I need to know, do I have COVID or not? I'm getting sicker here. And they said, oh no, 2 days after you came in, we got the results back, and we did try contacting you. We emailed you. Well, I never got the email that I was negative. I don't have COVID. Thank God for that. Okay. But that was Stony Creek Urgent Care, because my doctor couldn't see me or wouldn't see me. So I had to go to Stony Creek Urgent Care with a serious infection again. He flushed out my ears and said he could not find the source of the infection or whatever. It's either inside the ear, or he's more concerned that it's my spine, because I need another surgery. I have a broken neck again, and I've been living with it for over a year since seminary. It's snapped, the screws snapped or whatever, and I cannot get Yale neurology to get back to me and do another surgery. And so I'm becoming paralyzed and stuff, and my neck is excruciatingly painful and gets stuck, and the headaches and the fatigue and all this stuff, right? So now the spinal fluid can't get up and down through my brain and down and everything, because it's really compressed again in my neck. It's dangerous. It can kill me. It can cause paralysis, all kinds of stuff. They will not get back to me. Dr. Maxwell Lawrence, my, the lead neurosurgeon who's done 2 of my neck surgeries already, they're playing games with me. They knew my neck was broken. They told me that last February, when I was in the hospital for something else. They did MRIs and CAT scans. They saw something in my brain that they decided to cancel the surgery on last second. And sent me home with no antibiotics and nothing, and I was sick for a whole year with digestive disease issues. And finally, I kept complaining, so I've been working with Yale Digestive Diseases, Dr. Satchar, but I have to wait months for each appointment. Now I can't see her again until April 15th, and I'm still suffering from this, and they don't know what it is. So I'm waiting again to see them, right? So aside from all that, today I spent 4 hours on the phone because also last spring I went to the dentist. I'm on Husky Medicaid, so it's like you gotta fight to be seen or to get any kind of medical attention. You gotta fight all the time. Then they try to bill you and you can't afford, and you gotta fight with that, right? So I need major dental work that I don't have money for. I have 2 I've lost most of my teeth. The ones that are here are fake already, and I don't have, you can't really see it, but there's not enough molars left to chew on, because ever since I lost my Anthem Blue Cross Blue Shield in my mid-20s, I've had to go on the state because I just don't make enough money. And I have lost all my teeth because you go to these hack jobs and they don't try to do good work. They just drill the whole darn tooth out, and then you end up, the fillings fall out and it gets infected, and you either lose the tooth or have to get a root canal, and you're only allowed so many. And I've had multiple root canals and caps, and a couple years later, they start getting rotted and they need to be replaced, so the cap falls off, and the state won't pay for it. It's thousands of dollars, and so you end up having to get the tooth pulled. Well, now they're telling me that I have to pay an endodontist or endodontist or whatever. I have to pay hundreds of dollars to get the teeth pulled. Three of the last 3 molars I have left. 2 on this side and 1 on here. That's all I have to chew on. They will not pay for dentures or implants or any of that. It's thousands of dollars I don't have. I can't go on a payment plan. I don't make that kind of money. I've been in pain. So supposedly last spring they did x-rays and saw an abscess here and an abscess here. Now, dental abscess, especially somebody like me whose roots, I have a rare condition where the roots go into my sinuses. So I get sick a lot. And when the teeth get infected, it causes ear infections and brain infections, all kinds of stuff. It gets into my sinuses. It's really bad. It's dangerous. I have heart problems. It gets into the heart valves. So I need a lot of constant antibiotics. So I can't go back to the hospital now because they told me to go see an ENT. The ENTs won't see me. They keep sending me to primary care in order to get a referral. Primary care can't get the referrals. The ENT specialist won't see me. I can't go back to the hospital and be treated a second time because they are going to say, hey, we treated you and we told you need to see an ENT and to go to your doctor to get a referral. They wouldn't give me the referral. They don't want to deal with Husky. So I had to go make an appointment to see the doctor, and she was supposed to make a referral, but they didn't or couldn't. So I ended up, long story short, last week, back at Stony Creek Urgent Care because I went to the doctors and she was too booked to see me. The hospital couldn't take me, and so I went to Stony Creek again, and they took me this time, and they flushed out my ears, and they said they cannot find the source. It's not outside ear. It would be inner ear infection, but there's something else causing it. Now, it's either the teeth, abscesses are really bad, or it's a tumor or something, or the spinal cord is blocked, and so it's spinal fluid coming out of my ears and clogging behind my ears. All bad scenarios either way. One requires serious surgery, the other ones can kill you. But he wouldn't give me any more antibiotics. Go see your primary care. I'm referring you to whatever. But you don't need a referral from me. Just call this ENT number. I kept calling. I kept getting rejected by Yale, ear, nose, and throat. I need a referral. I tried telling the people at Stony Creek. They said, no, you don't. Yes, you do. No, you don't. I spent 4 hours today between the dentist trying to figure out why the dentist still haven't gotten me the appointment to get my teeth extracted, and to meet with the endodontist, the specialist. I'm sorry, I'm so tired. I can't even. I'm so exhausted. I can't even get my words out, and I'm losing my voice. I've just been very sick, and I just had to shovel for hours out there so that we can get an early kerosene delivery if they ever deign to come. So like I was saying, I had to call the dentist, and I had to go back and forth for an hour with them to try to figure out why they didn't tell me months ago that I was declined from Medicare, why they're not fighting for me. And they said, well, you're going to have to pay out of pocket, which I can't. They're like, well, we can't refer you to an endodontist or whatever, specialist for your teeth. They specialize in diagnosing what they think they see there, what the dentist thinks she sees as abscesses. They have to diagnose them, and then they have to treat it. They're either going to take the caps off, re-treat the crown teeth, the existing root canals, and if they can, they'll fix them and re-crown them, and after removing the abscess. Otherwise I have to lose the teeth and I have to pull them. If they retreat 2 of these crowns, are over $2,000 each, plus the root canals that have to be done again, 2 more root canals on the same teeth that were root canaled years ago. That's going to cost about $3,000-4,000 per tooth for me, which I don't have. And that's to save the teeth if they can. And then there's another one that needs to be root canaled, but the state won't pay for it because there's not a tooth below it. So they won't salvage this tooth because I guess if you don't have a tooth below it, they won't fix it. So I have to pay out of pocket if I want to save my last molar that I'm chewing on. I don't have that kind of money to get a $2,000 or $3,000 root canal on that tooth in order to save it. And I also don't have hundreds of dollars to pull each tooth. So either way, I'm screwed here, and I need immediate dental care, and I don't have the money, as usual. And I, of course, don't have insurance through my job, which I haven't had a job that offers decent insurance in many, many years. I work my butt off at any job I ever work, and I never qualify for overtime or insurance or any of that stuff. So that just stinks, and I'm really suffering now, and I'm losing all my teeth, and I've been very, very sick now, and there's nothing I can do. So I'm praying to God that these are not abscesses, which I think they are by now, because they said that they were last year, and they still haven't been fixed. And that's because I've been trying to get back to these people to get me an appointment. I can't get one on my own on Husky, and so it has to be referred, and the state keeps rejecting it. And now they're saying, no, I'm sorry, they will not do any more dental work on you because your teeth, the state of your teeth, and so it's all going to come out of pocket from here on out. I can't fix my teeth now, so I'm stuck with cavities. 3 root canals that need to be done, 2 caps that need to be replaced. We're talking $5,000 to $10,000 possibly, all said and done, out of pocket. Where am I going to get that? I don't even have money for groceries. I have no money in my bank right now. I haven't been working the past couple weeks because I went to Nebraska and to do that come and see for the vocation, and I was sick there, and I was sick ever since. I thought I had COVID. I was tested. I finally got the results back 6 days after they came in. Again, I had to call and pull teeth to get those results back. So, hour on the phone with the dentist, that came to nothing because I can't do anything about it. So now I have to find a specialist that will fix my teeth under Husky or for free, and that's not going to happen. I don't know of anybody, but I'm trying. So if you know anybody, I need a dentist who will do these root canals and caps for free. I don't have any money, or who will take Husky or whatever, but Husky won't, like I said, they're not going to pay for it now. So I don't know what to do. So now I'm going to have to go to pay out of pocket to see a specialist when I get a referral, if I get a referral, and they'll do x-rays again. Actually, no, I'm going back to the dentist, I'm sorry, to get x-rays again this Tuesday. Then they will know if it got worse or not. If it did get worse, I have to go out of pocket for a consultation and they'll tell me whether what they can do or not, but it's still going to cost me money I don't have, and I can't get it done. So either way, I can't get it done. So I'm just praying that there's not abscesses there, and that if there is abscesses causing this, that God will heal me without having to get these retreated and stuff, and that he'll heal the root canals and the cavities. I need a serious miracle, medical miracle, and I don't know if that's going to happen. But I can't afford to lose these teeth because I won't be able to eat. And I don't have money for dentures, and I don't have... I mean, this just stinks. This is such a stupid system. Dental work is very important for your health, your heart health, your whole body. If you have bad teeth, you have bad health. And you need teeth to be able to eat and survive. And it's very expensive, and most people can't afford dental work. So what are we supposed to do if the state won't cover it? And they don't think teeth are important, and they won't cover dentures, they won't cover anything. So how do you fix your teeth when they're very bad and in pain and making you sick? So basically we have to die. I have to die because Husky D and Biden and all these people who make these stupid laws don't care about me as a human being. I don't have money, so therefore I am of no value to them. And since I have disabilities, I can't do much for them, so I should just die. That's why they kill infants and babies to cull society, because population control. That's why they want to kill or euthanize crippled people and the elderly and assist with suicides. Because if we can't fit into this new world order and be a bunch of slaves, workhorses, if we're not elite like them and wealthy, and we can join them, then, and if we don't have some supernatural special gift of extreme intelligence or amazing DNA or great looks or something, we're useless to them. And so they just want to bring it down to a small number of people on this planet. And they're going to do that through rejecting health care, starving people, job losses. You won't be able to buy, sell, or trade, giving you injections of vaccines that will make you sick and die, and then not giving you medical care to treat it. They're going to suicide you or kill. I mean, they're finding ways, and COVID was man-made. I'm convinced of that, to kill many people. I don't think it did its job, actually. I don't think it killed enough people, according to them. And so they're going to keep stretching this out. They know that the masks that we have to wear, which don't work against COVID, are killing us also, making us sick, especially people with breathing problems and the elderly and people with sleep apnea like me and heart problems. You can't breathe in your toxic air all day long. So that's making us sick and tired and killing us. I mean, they're finding so many ways. This is so demonic. Satan is in full power now. And the only people who know what's really up or who are saying anything are the Christians. And that's why we're public enemy number one, and we're called insurrectionists. And because we have the truth about what's really going on, we can see, we know. We've been warning about this coming for decades, centuries, and now it's here. And it happened so fast that, you know, people don't even realize what's going on anymore. They don't even believe it. So basically, if you say anything about Biden or against Biden, you can get in trouble for treason now. We're in a communist dictatorship, apparently, like China or whatever. We have no freedom. And so you're considered a treasonist or insurrectionist or Christian or whatever. And so if you're a traditionalist, a conservative, a Republican, a Trump supporter, any of those things, you're public enemy number one, according to these liberal Democrat, Democrats, Biden worshippers, and according to him, according to the devil. These are excuses. That's why he's writing so many executive actions to lynch us. He's boxing us into corners where we will comply in a number of ways, or we will be imprisoned, tortured, and killed. That's basically what's happening. And Christians are going to be the first ones. But it's going to be everybody who decides, no, I'm not doing this. You can't force me to take a vaccine, which they're trying to force. You have to wear a mask. Otherwise they're forcing things on us that are inhumane, and it's designed to either kill you unless you comply. If you comply, you probably still get sick and die. But if you don't comply, then you can't buy, sell, trade, work. You'll end up arrested, killed. So either way, death is ultimate. Now, you have one choice that they don't want you to realize. You will either accept this, and you're going to die sooner or later, unless you're one of them and favored by them, and you're going to go to hell when you die, unless you have Christ. So you have to make a choice. Get imprisoned and die, and remain faithful to Christ and go to heaven at least for eternity, or compromise, comply with what they say, and then when you do die, maybe later than sooner, you're going to hell. But see, this is how Satan kills the body and the soul. He wants us in hell, but he also hates humans, and he wants us dead. He loves killing and hurting and maiming and making us sick and killing us. And now that it's his time, he hates Christians especially the most, so he wants us dead and gone. And he loves to drag us to hell whenever he can. And if you're not a Christian, he's already got you. He's already got your soul. So he knows that, and so basically you're just going to comply and make it easier on him and his agenda, the New World Order, and until your time is up, or they kill you, and then you're going to hell. But either way, he's got you. See, so at this point, you need to wake up and realize that I'm going to die anyway, sooner than later. So, especially if things continue in this New World Order, we're going to. It's inevitable. So, do I want to die and go to hell, or do I want to die and go to heaven? That's your only choice. If you want to go to heaven, you have to repent of your sins and seek Christ. If you don't care and don't want to go to heaven, don't believe, then you're going to go to hell with the rest of them. Fine. With that said, let's go back to what I was saying. I spent the entire day, yesterday and today, making phone calls from one doctor's office to another, getting hung up on, getting lied to. We'll call you back, and then they leave at 5 o'clock after you've been on the phone for hours on hold and waiting. Oh, we'll call you back. We'll get to the bottom of it. One person saying you don't need a referral. Another person saying you go and you call and make an appointment. They say no, you can't make an appointment without a referral. It's got to be from your primary care. Then you call the primary care, you can't get a hold of them. Then they give you the runaround. Oh, you don't need it. Back to them again. Yes, you do. Go back to them again. Okay, you can't get a hold of them. I supposedly have 2 referrals coming now. One from Stony Creek Urgent Care and one from my primary care. However, the primary care one was never received by this ENT specialist. They never got it. So even though it says on my chart that they sent it after hours and nobody ever got it. Or they said that they did and they never did it. Now this office really bothers me because they're not that great, and they lost my urine samples, and they screw up my charts, and they screw up everything, and I can't call them, and I gotta drive there and walk in and hope that she's available to see me or make an appointment for months later. I can't even see my own doctor when I need to. I can't call her. I can't get through. They don't answer the phones. They sit there and let it ring. They lose blood and urine samples. They mess up everything. They say that they're putting in prescriptions and you have to wait days or weeks and keep on them and keep going down and saying you forgot. They, I'm not going to mention where I go because I don't want, I need them. That's all I've got, so I don't need to piss them off right now. But I'm at their mercy, but it really stinks because they keep screwing around with my health and screwing me up. And they didn't make the referral. And so I've been waiting, and finally it says that they did it, and they didn't. And so I had to spend hours arguing with the ENT at Yale, and then Stony Creek finally agreed that the doctor who said I need to go to the ENT right away, he was in another location, so I had to call that location and beg him to make the referral, where I talked to another nurse who said, okay, he said he's sending it right now. So I called Yale again, and I spoke to this Chardell woman, and again, who's a referral specialist, and she said, okay, well, I'll be here till 7, and I will definitely call you back before I leave, which she never did, of course, as usual, to let you know whether we got it or not, but we need that referral, so I'll be waiting for it. I can't fax it because I don't have one. I'm not a doctor. I can't write one. I don't have a computer. The libraries are closed down again, so I can't use a computer to apply for jobs, to fax things that I need to fax, to get my taxes done. I can't get anything done. I never got my stimulus check, so I'm still waiting for a $600 stimulus check that everyone else I know got. I don't have money right now to pay to have my taxes done. Again, that's 2 years in a row now. So I can't get my tax return from last year or this year. And I'm going to end up getting fined for not getting it done, but I don't have the money to get it done. I can't find anybody. The library offers somebody who does it for free, but because of COVID, they won't meet with you now, so they're gonna do something online, and everything has to be emailed. So I have to trust that I'm sending my personal information to somebody I don't even see in person via email, and trust that I'm gonna get the job done right and get my money. So that doesn't seem right, and so I'm really in a. It's not a good week for me. It's not been a good couple weeks. I went all the way out to Nebraska and wasted my time apparently with an order that said they really were interested in me, and then I realized that there was miscommunications and they didn't realize how many that I have disabilities, which I told them I did, but when I got there, they stick a shovel in my hand during a blizzard and have me shoveling for hours, 3 feet of wet, heavy snow, screwed up my neck and back, made it real miserable the next 8 days for me. I get sick every day eating rotten food because they don't want to waste food, and they cook all this food and then nobody eats it and it goes rotten. Drinking unpasteurized milk out of a jar that went bad. They didn't listen to me when I told them it went bad. So I was drinking that. I was sick every day with diarrhea. I had to take pills. I couldn't drink the amount of water I need every day. I get dehydrated. I have diabetes or prediabetes. I have meds I have to take with water, and some that have to be taken with food. I couldn't take my meds all week because I couldn't even eat anything till like 9:30 in the morning. They fast. Like, they go to bed at like 9:30 and they get up at 5 and they're in the chapel by 6, and we're on our knees for 3 hours praying until 9 o'clock. Then there's more prayer, and then you get to eat. Like, you have 10 minutes to cook and eat your food, and it's something very light, and it's usually not healthy stuff, and then you're often going to manual labor or work or prayer again or study. It was too austere for me, and it stinks because I would have been great there, but my health issues keep getting in the way of my vocation now, and they were not willing to make accommodations for me. They said, "Oh, you definitely have a vocation." I keep hearing that, and you'd make a great priest or brother, but good luck. Hopefully, we'll help you find another order. Why am I not good enough for your order? Why can't you guys stick to your strict schedule, and I will do the best I can to adhere to it when I can, but my prayers are better than none, and so what if I have to eat when you guys are fasting? I have to. It's not my fault. So what if I have to drink a lot of water? So what if I, have to sleep during the day once in a while instead of shoveling or working? Why can't you guys make some accommodations for people with disabilities? This is one of the problems with the church. The church says we need good holy men, we need brothers, we need priests. But then they turn you down for everything. They reject you for everything. And it's like, okay, so you'd rather have your order shrink and disappear than let people with disabilities at least do what they can to help. It just doesn't make sense. Jesus would have healed me if he was here, and he would have said, "Come and follow me." Or he would have made a way for me to follow him. He wouldn't say, "Go and get a master's degree," or "Go get a bishop's approval," or "Make sure you're healed first," or none of this red tape. It's like it's done purposely to ruin vocations or to slow down and make vocations rare or something. I don't know. It's all part of the plan from the top down to destroy the church from within. If you're too traditional and conservative, they don't want you now. If you're, they just got all these rules and regulations. It's just becoming impossible now because my age and my health are working against me. I don't make enough money to eat the healthy stuff I need. I don't make enough money to be able to get medical attention and stuff that I need. They always offer hours, but I don't make enough money, and I have to drive really far, and my car's on the fritz. And so it's like I spend most of my paycheck in gas and wear and tear and stuff at the car, so I don't have enough to pay my bills. Even when I'm working 35 hours a week, it's ridiculous. I'm doing a lot of work, long hours for no money, and it's like I can't get another job because everything's go online and apply. I can't print anything off. I mean, this is just, it's like I'm in a box. Like, it's hopeless. Like, I've been struggling and struggling the past year since I left seminary. They treated me terribly there. They ran me out of there. I leave. It caused my health to start going downhill because of the stress and lack of sleep and the threats and the harassment and everything else I had to deal with till I left. Then I have no home and nothing because I gave everything up for seminary. So I'm living with this elderly friend of mine. And, I'm always at risk of being kicked out on the street because she can't afford to really keep me here and this and that. Even though I cook for her and I clean and I fix her house and I take her everywhere and I do everything for her, it still never seems to be enough because, I can't afford to pay rents. And I give her money when I can, but I just really can't most of the time. So it's like, and people have been helping her by giving her gift cards and helping with groceries and stuff because she's been taking care of me. They're trying to, but it doesn't seem to be, I'm not safe. But if I don't stay here, I'm on the street and I'll die in the middle of winter. Like, there's nowhere for me to go. I need the special mattress I have. I need my special pillow. I need all the meds I have to take every day. I need to use the bathroom a lot throughout the day. I need to drink a lot of water. I mean, I could never be a homeless person. I would die in a day. I get cold if it's 70 degrees, I'm freezing. Like, I have heart problems. I have too many problems. That's why I can't go into like a mendicant or too austere of an order if I'm going to go into religious life because I have needs. Like, I have physical needs that require meds, that I need insurance for that. I need to be able to sleep when I need to rest. Otherwise I get very sick. Nobody wants to ever make provisions for that. It's like, no, you better follow this tight schedule, otherwise that's it. You can't do this. It's like, that's not right. That's like saying for somebody to jump out of a wheelchair and go run a marathon with the rest of the healthy athletes. You can't expect people, they can only do so much. I'm 41, my back is broken in multiple places. I have tumors in my spinal cord that are like masses, like benign. I have a broken neck. The discs are all cracked in there. There's like 6 screws in there and 2 plates or 2 clips. I mean, I've got a brain condition. I've had bad health my entire life. And so I just have bad genetics, and I had a lot of accidents, car accidents, plane crashes, falls on ice. I got beat up by groups of men twice in my life, like beaten to a point of blacking out. One was like a gang initiation thing years ago, and another one was not initiation, but like a gang thing or whatever the hell they did. And another time was in the locker room where the whole football team beat the crap out of me because they just could and they wanted to. And, it knocked me unconscious, and I had a brain condition that could have killed me. People are so cold and heartless and just evil. And it's just gotten worse. There's no love of neighbor, no love of God, no love of anything nowadays. And everybody's stressed out. Now we have an antichrist system in power, and they're raising meds, the price of meds and stuff. I mean, now insulin was $60 a month. That's a lot, considering it only costs pennies. And now people who need insulin are going to have to pay $500 a month. People don't even make that. Like, do you understand? Like, we live in this trailer here, in a rundown trailer park. They do nothing for us here. The water's undrinkable. The water pressure stinks. We pay $510 a month just to rent the lot. Now you still have to pay $700 for a full tank of kerosene for heat. You have to pay high electric bills. You have to pay your insurance. You have to pay everything. I mean, the cost of living in Connecticut is expensive, so it's almost $2,000 a month between car insurance, home insurance, things that break. And that's not including groceries and doctor's bills and meds. Okay, so Donna's shelling out like $4,000 a month just for herself to live with her meds and rent and everything else. And she also takes care of a daughter who's mentally handicapped and pays for her rent and groceries and everything. So if she didn't work for Yale as a nurse for 50 years and have a hell of a retirement, she could never do it. So, and she's barely getting by. So she can't afford to help me. So, I do the best I can to make my presence unknown here, like to help her out, to make it beneficial to her. I save her my gas and stuff. She has trouble driving, so I drive her everywhere, and I take care of her, and I take her grocery shopping, and I take her to the doctors, and I cook her meals every night, and I shovel the snow and the ice, and I do everything. I paint, I fix things when I can, and clean, and but it's a lot of work. And then I do that also for a job. I do elderly care, and I homemaker companion, so I do that every day, all day long and all night long, 7 days a week. And I try to put God first and make time to get to church at least once a week now, which stinks because I went a lot more than that before. And I try to get to adoration, which is like never now, because I don't have time because of work. And it's like I work all week and I don't make enough to even sustain myself or to help her, and my health is pretty bad, and I can't get the medical help I need, I can't get the surgeries I need, I can't get the teeth fixed I need to get. I'm gonna die. And I'm like literally begging for death lately. I'm like, Lord, please just be merciful to me as long as I go to heaven. I'd rather die of cancer or something, or COVID or something, because I can't last much longer. If something happens to Don, I'm on the street tomorrow. My family, those evil, heartless people, never treated me right, and as soon as my father died, they threw me to the street, and they will not help me, and they won't take me in. There's plenty of room. They've cost me jobs because they didn't let me work where they worked. I could have gotten a job at New Haven Police Department with my sister. She ruined that for me. I could have gotten a job at Sikorsky with my other sister. I was getting hired, and then they changed their mind because she didn't want me working there. I was going to get hired at the FBI, and then my niece who works there said no, so she screwed that up for me. I mean, they blocked my career at Home Depot, at Lowe's, because they were working there at the time. I couldn't go. I mean, every time I had a chance to get a good career, they blocked me. My own family blocked me and said, don't hire me. My own family said things to the seminary that made my time there miserable. I mean, they're just my biggest enemies. I just have nobody in life, and I'm just really, if it wasn't for my faith, I would have killed myself already a long time ago, or I would have been dead on the street, starving and frozen. I mean, it's tough, and now we have religious persecution, where some of us, the poor, are being seriously oppressed, worse than ever now, and it's going to get worse. If you're sick or elderly, you're in trouble. If you have pre-existing conditions and they force that vaccine on you, it can make you sicker or kill you. They don't have any respect for children or babies. They want to push abortion full term, even out of the womb now, just like in China. They want to euthanize the elderly after age 75 and crippled people. They want to prevent people from being able to have children. The healthcare industry doesn't want to take care of people like me who have health problems and who are on state insurance. I mean, it's very hard to get proper treatment. When I go to a dentist, I go in for a little cavity. Next thing you know, I have to get a root canal because they ruin or break my teeth, and then it needs major work, and then they don't want to pay for it. So I've lost most of my teeth. My neck is all screwed up because they wouldn't give me the proper surgery I needed the first time, which was a bar, and they connect all the discs. But they decided, no, we'll just do one at a time as they break. Well, now all of them are broken, and the other screws are all crooked and cracked, and I'm in extreme pain, sleepless nights for years now. I get paralysis and all kinds of problems. I'm at high risk all the time of death, stroke, everything, because this needs a serious surgery. And they didn't want to do it the first time properly. The second time they did a real bad job. I came out of that surgery worse than before I went in, and that was because the first one worked pretty good, but I got in a car accident, and somebody hit me, T-boned me on the way to work in 2015, and really hurt my neck. It snapped my neck again. I needed another surgery a couple years later, and it just, I've just been in so much agony and suffering, and now my entire back and spine is messed up, and there's masses in there, and they're inoperable areas that would kill me if they try to operate. And so I've been living thanking God that I walk upright, that I'm not in a wheelchair, that I'm not dead yet. It causes trouble breathing sometimes, heart problems. It causes a lot of pain and agony. I can only sleep on one side. I can't get comfortable. I mean, I got vascular disease. I got everything. I'm like wondering, like Job. I'm like, Lord, why am I so cursed? with so many crosses and afflictions? What did I do? And I look and sound fairly healthy to the average person, like, unless you know me, unless you see my medical reports or my MRIs. My coccyx bone is missing. It broke off when I was 10 in a sledding accident. That caused a lot of spinal problems. I mean, I'm in a serious trouble. And my family, my dad was the only one that understood and cared and went to the doctors and surgeons with me. The rest of the family just keeps, I don't care, okay, oh well, you're fine, you're a hypochondriac, even though I have a filing cabinet right over here full of medical files proving I have all these problems. My family just is in denial all the time and says I just lazy and don't want to work, which makes it even harder on me. I've been in and out of therapy because I have to talk to somebody, because it's like, not only, I can deal with the pain, the physical pain and suffering, but when you're misunderstood, falsely accused, and nobody cares, nobody believes you that you're not well, they're always pushing you to lift furniture and go shovel this and do manual labor when you can't, because when I do go, now tomorrow I might not be able to use my arm again for the next week, because that's how bad it is when I try to shovel snow, and I have to be able to function. And so something that people take for granted as shoveling snow or carrying a case of water or heavy groceries causes serious trouble for me, and I'm out for the week. I pull my back out for the week, and these are just simple little things that most people take for granted. I see old women walking around carrying heavy cases of water I can't carry. I mean, do you know what it's like to be a 41-year-old man and have to be so delicate? I walk like an old man because I'm afraid I'm going to slip on ice, because if I fall one more time, I'm done. I mean, I'm in such delicate condition, and I've been like this since I was 18. And it's only getting worse now that I'm 41. And I'm good at my vocation, and I really want to be a priest. And, I see other priests who are deaf or blind or in wheelchairs and stuff like that, and they get in and out of seminary. They're younger, granted. But then I've seen some guys with missing limbs at the seminary. They're older, but they paid their own way through. I can't. It depends on the diocese. But, so I don't want to hear that it's too late, I'm too old, or I'm too sick, or both. That's nonsense. I have the makings of a saint, and I hate to say that, but a lot of the biggest saints and doctors of the church suffered terribly with poor health, died young, but they were able to be used by God to enhance the faith of others and really to make strides for the church. I mean, they're beatified, they're powerful saints. Why can't that happen for me? It can. But now the church has become so antichrist as well, so infiltrated by Satan and his minion, just like the government, and they're both working together now, the New World Order church and the New World Order government, and so now people like me who are traditional and conservative are public enemy number one, even in the church. The church now is pushing for liberal LGBT agendas. They're pushing for non-conservative, anti-clerical, in a lot of the seminaries. I've seen it. A lot of these orders are so worldly that they're like being in frat houses instead of orders. And so I got to find one that's just right for me, who'll accept me as I am, have enough money to be able to provide a stipend and, like the other one did, and pay for my education if need be, unless I'm a brother, and, pay for my meds that I would need every month. It's not a lot, but it's enough. I mean, without insurance, they need to provide insurance, a comfortable bed for me. I can't be in one of these orders where they lay on a mat on a hard floor and they're cold and they only wear one robe all the time and they don't eat much or they fast all the time. I can't do it. I cannot physically do it. So what does that mean? I can't be a saint? I can't go to heaven? I can't be a good Catholic and serve God? I have to just be single. I can never get married. I can never support a wife or kids. I don't have anything myself. I'm living off of alms and charity myself. I get by one day at a time, never knowing if I'm going to wake up or see another day, or where I'm going to get my food, or if I'm going to have a job or a home. I mean, it's terrible. I'm living like a monk already, like a poor beggar Franciscan already. Yet all of these orders reject me. 1, because of my age. 2, because of my health. But the real reason is because I left the other order, and now it's like it's unforgivable sin or something to leave an order, and now nobody wants me. I'm being blacklisted. So I just have everything against me. It's like impossible to have a vocation now. to ever be a priest or a brother. I'm just stuck out here in the world. But I can't survive out here in the world either, and I don't want to. Even if I won the Powerball tomorrow, I would give it up to go to seminary. Like, I don't belong out here. I want to be with people of like mind and heart. I want a family, a fraternity. I want to be with people like me who love God. I want to be in the church. I want to die in the church. I want to serve. I want to give my life for the church. I don't want to just work a secular job anymore just to survive every day in this hamster wheel. For what? To be alone the rest of my life, just working like a slave every day, never having enough to have comforts, never be able to have a wife or kids, to be alone my whole life. If I'm lucky, live in some kind of a shack that's got, like, you know, and if I could even afford that, which the cost of living in the state, I can't even afford a mobile home. Nobody will give me a loan. I can't get a rent anywhere because I don't have enough credit, and I haven't worked a job for 2 solid years, and I don't make enough money a week, so nobody will give me a loan, nobody will give me a mortgage, nobody will give me a rent. I don't have enough money saved to buy groceries, let alone for first and last month's rent. And I'm working, and I do a lot, and I can't get out of this hole. And I'm not asking for money. I don't know what to do. I don't even know anymore. I'm like praying for death now. I'm asking God to be merciful and just kill me. Or have someone shoot me in the head or something, because I can't go on much longer like this. Look at me. Within the past year, I have aged dramatically. Dark circles, and teeth are rotting. You can see the misery and the hardship in my skin, my complexion. Some days I wake up looking thinner and tight. My skin's tight. I look young again. And then other days, you can tell when I don't get sleep for a day or two, this is what I look like. And there's no telling when I'm going to get good sleep. I mean, I can't. I'm in pain. You know, there's just too many worries on my mind. The car taxes are due. The taxes have to be done. I have no money. I'm not well enough to go back to work right now. I've got all these doctor's appointments. Dawn, I've had to take her to a doctor several times this week, and she's got another appointment, I think, tomorrow. I mean, I've been bringing her to doctors and trying to get to my own doctors, and I got other appointments coming up, and it's just like I can't keep taking time off from work once I commit to a patient. So I'm like kind of just it's bad. It's bad. I don't know what to do at this point. I'm holding on to my faith. I have faith. Listen, don't get me wrong. I might die. I might die of a heart attack or exhaustion or whatever from illness, or somebody will kill me one day, but I have faith. That will never be taken away. I might mess up and lose my soul one day. I might give up, fall into despair and despondency, which I'm pretty much in now. I might have to walk away from my vocation and forget the call. It might be too late. I might have missed it now. I will be having to pay for that eternally because of that, if that's the case. If I messed up and waited too long or left when God put me somewhere, I'm going to be in trouble. I might not make it to heaven myself, but I will tell you this. It's never going to shake my faith, because I have real faith, because I know for certain. I'm telling you, if you know anything about me, if you ever learn anything from me, if you get anything from ever having known me, Jesus Christ is real, and He is Lord. Heaven is real, and hell is real, and the devil is real. We are in the end times. This government, what's going on now, it's just going to get worse, is part of the tribulation. It is the end times. We're in the book of Revelation now. These people, I'm not saying Biden's necessarily the Antichrist. He's acting like it, but that's where we're headed. Life on earth is not going to be good, especially for Christians. I'm telling you that I know this for certain, and so I will never stop believing in Jesus. No matter what. I don't care if aliens come out of the sky tomorrow and say we're God. I would still know the truth, because I have seen the Blessed Mother, and I've experienced miracles and angels and all kinds of stuff. If you only knew what I knew and have seen the things I've seen, you would also know without a doubt that Bible is 100% true and accurate. My problem is being able to obey it according to God's will and make it to heaven. It's not easy. And it's not looking good. And God may be angry at me. He may have cursed me. I don't know. It's not going to change the fact that he exists and that you also still need to get in right relationship with him and get to heaven. Like, this is something, what I'm saying is you have to take this very seriously. Okay, I don't care if I let you down and I end up not making it. You still have to fight for that eternity in heaven. It's not going to come easy. You have to obey. And times are getting tougher now. And, the weak are going to break. And those who are not really written in the Lamb's book of life, they're not going to make it. And so, if you thought it was hard to be a Christian before, now it's really hard. And it's going to get worse. Now we're going to see what we're truly made of. Now we're going to see who's truly on Christ's side, or who is just calling themselves a Christian, or who just went to church lukewarm, like a lukewarm passive Christian, maybe goes on Sunday and that's it, or just goes out of obligation. But soon as there's a gun to their head and telling them to renounce Christ or die, they're going to renounce Christ. Or as soon as the persecution gets worse, they're going to renounce Christ. Or they're going to want to save their lives and their souls. They're going to want to save their life and lose their soul. They're not going to want to lose their family, their reputation, their job. So they're going to take the mark of the beast. I mean, this is where we're at. I hope you guys realize that now, because I know there's a lot of Christians and Catholics out there who still don't seem to see what's going on. And they think people like me are crazy, what do we call it? Fundamentalists, insane, terrorists, insurrectionists, whatever they want to label us now. No. We just still know that the truth is the truth, and it will always be the truth, and wait, you need to get with the program. However, it is easier said than done, because it is a narrow path, and it is a difficult path, and the crosses are heavy. And I need prayer, because I am buckling. I can only deal with so much, and there's days where I'm just falling into such despair and despondency, it's hard to even pray, if I even pray some days. Because I'm just so chronically fatigued and tired and sick and in pain. I just can't even focus on praying. I can't even pray the rosary, and that makes it worse for me. And I can't get to church as much as I want. And I'm really just, my heart is just broken, and I'm just so fed up with the fact that I should be in a monastery. At the very least, I should be a brother in a monastery, and I'm not able to. Because of all this red tape and bureaucratic garbage and politics. So you're losing a good brother in Christ, a good vocation, a good religious, a good priest, because of all the bureaucratic politics and red tape. It's not my fault that I have health issues. It's not my fault that I'm 41 and was not free to join religious life until 39. I had obligations to family and responsibilities and homes and stuff. I couldn't just leave everything and go. As soon as I was able to, I did. But then when I got there, the church has changed so much overnight that there were young people in power in the churches, superiors who were anti-clerical, anti-traditional, purposely putting gay guys into the clergy. They were satanic. Some of them were Freemasons. I mean, I couldn't stay in a place that mistreated and abused me. I mean, one of the formators would take me into his office several times a week and berate me and just keep threatening me and stuff behind closed doors until I buckled, or would just sign papers saying I wanted to leave. I dealt with this torture for about 6 months, and then I finally gave in because it was affecting my health. I ended up in the hospital with cardiac issues from, stress and sleep deprivation. They were pulling me out of my classes, making me miss classes so they can reprimand me for things I didn't even do for hours on end. I mean, they're going to get away with it right now, but Jesus saw that, and he's not going to let them get away with it. They will pay eternally or before Christ one day. So God's biding his time. He's got all eternity to punish. But God saw what they did. Now, maybe I'm a fool for buckling. I was too weak, and I gave in, and I left. I shouldn't have. But I literally got to the point where I thought I was going to die of a heart attack if I stayed any longer, or have a nervous breakdown. But where was I going to go after I sold my home and had no job or family or anything, and I was 1,000 miles away from Connecticut? But I still left, because I wasn't going to compromise the gospel and stay somewhere that I wasn't wanted and stay somewhere where I can't be a real priest and grow in holiness. So I left. But now I'm really in trouble, because if God doesn't provide miracles and keep a roof over my head and allow this woman to stay alive and let me stay here, I will die in the street. I can't even get the medical attention I need. I can't get my teeth fixed because I don't have money. I can't get my taxes. If I had that tax return, I'd be okay. I can pay for the taxes to be processed this year and last year. But I need that tax return. I need that stimulus check in order to be able to get my taxes done so I can get my tax return. So I'll be okay. I need that money. It's all tied up. I don't know why I'm not getting my stimulus check. I don't know why I can't get... It's just... A couple of weeks ago, I was walking in blessings again. The Lord had provided miracles to get me to be able to go to Nebraska. I got excited. I thought I finally found an order that was going to take me. They made me feel like I belonged there, like they were going to take me, but then all of a sudden they changed their mind, and now I'm back to square one again, and I have to get my health under control quickly so I can go back to work, because I can't work like this. I'm so sick and tired. And I have all these appointments. But now they're playing games again. The health insurance people are playing games. They're rejecting me. They're rejecting the meds I need. They're rejecting the help I need. And, the cat wants to go out. I don't know why you want to go out here. It's 10 degrees. Anyway, so I'm just venting right now because I can't sleep, and I haven't even eaten dinner yet because my stomach's been off and haven't been hungry, and I'm trying to eat this at 4 o'clock in the morning so I can get some sleep and get up early and have a busy day again tomorrow. And I just haven't been able to rest because she has all these early appointments and she insists on making them early, so I have to drive all over early in the morning because she wants to get up at the crack of dawn and go to bed early, and some of us can't, you know? So I've just been go between doctors' offices and being sick and taking her to doctors and on the phone for hours a day fighting medical professionals to try to get the appointments I need, and I'm just so tired. I mean, years ago, when I had good insurance, I never had a problem getting a doctor's appointment right away, getting good quality dental work, getting good surgeries, getting what I needed. But Medicaid now, and I think Biden's going to start making it worse. I mean, he's raising prices on stuff, raising taxes. This is to oppress the poor and make people desperate and scared. Then they're going to go to a cashless society, and then they're going to go to a socialized communist government where you're dependent on stimulus checks all the time in order to survive. But it's going to come at a price. You will have a mark of the beast, or you'll take a tattoo, or you'll have vaccinations. You're going to have to do something, and you're going to be working for them, and they're going to own everything. And they're going to decide, if you don't work, then you don't get anything, you know, type of thing. And this is not good. It'll be death to capitalism. Long story short, he hasn't even been in office over a month, and he already is ruining my life. And not just mine, many. And so I want to tell you, idiots, you stupid, God forgive me, but you people who voted for Biden, I wish what's happening to me and the people that are falling under this harsh hammer, I wish it would happen to you. You people should lose your jobs and your health. You people should be paying the price for your liberal, democratic, idiot ideology. And you wanted abortion, and that was just so important. Gay marriage and abortion just so important. So everybody's got to suffer now. And you know, God's chastisements are going to fall on all the world. And all of us, the good and the bad, will suffer terribly because of your sins. I mean, it's just, you're disgusting, and you deserve the hell you're going to go get thrown into as soon as Jesus gets a hold of you. And that's going to be sooner than later. Either he's going to return and he's going to throw you to hell, or you're going to die and he's going to throw you into hell. But you will pay. Because you're not smart enough to repent and believe and actually obey. He'll forgive you if you do, but 90% of you won't. You won't. You're just thick-headed. You're stupid. You can take a horse to water but can't make it drink. No matter how many times we've told you and warned you and proved to you that the Bible is true and that you're running out of time and that if you don't stop, this is going to happen. For decades, for centuries, we warned that what's happening today was coming, and now it's here. And what are we Christians going to get for it? More persecution, more oppression, more mistreatment, arrested and killed for trying to save you, for telling you the truth, for warning, for being good, holy people. We have to be slaughtered. While the rest of you continue on in your sin and then go to hell when you die. And if you're lucky or smart enough to repent and obey Christ and seek Him with all your heart at the last minute before you die, then you get to go to heaven with us, even though you don't deserve it, and you waited to the last second, and you were evil to the last minute. See, God's so merciful that if you do as He says, you're in, but as merciful as He is, you're going to force Him to be the just judge. And you're going to go to hell because you think you're going to wait to the last second and wait till you're laying in a deathbed and say, okay, Jesus, I want to repent now. I want to be good. I want to go to heaven. No, especially with the way things are going now, the wars and natural disasters that are coming upon this earth, the new regime, the new world order that is now in effect. No, you're probably not. You'd have a better chance of winning the Powerball twice over than probably waiting to the last second to be saved. Shame on you. And thank you so much for making my life as a Christian and as a conservative, as a good human being down here, who's given the shirt off his back for people, who has given up and almost lost everything for love of God and for love of you. Okay? Even my enemies. Now, I can't get health care that I need. Now I have to suffer even more. I hope you're happy. You probably are, because you're evil. You think that you're probably laughing at this right now. The rich people laugh at people like me. Because while you're driving around in your Mercedes and enjoying your jumbo jets and your yachts and your mansions, you got a no care in the world, best of everything, great health care, great. Of course you do, because you're the elite. But the Bible does warn that you're probably not going to heaven. So you enjoy all that now, because this is all you have. You have your reward now. I'll get my mansion if I get to heaven. I have a mansion that's way better than yours, and it'll never be taken away from me when I get to heaven. I'll be with God, happy and safe forever, while you're burning in flames and being ripped apart by demons 24/7, forever and ever and ever. And you know what? I'm getting a little cynical here, but you deserve it. Anybody who thinks that it's okay to destroy babies in the womb or pull them out of their mother and hack their head off after they're born, disgusting. Who euthanize crippled people and elderly people and assist suicide, you're disgusting. Okay? Who voted for Biden, you're disgusting. Who want gay marriage and want to force the church to change its stance on that when God said it was an abomination, you're disgusting. You're disgusting for being immoral, heartless, selfish, self-centered people who only care about sex and money and vanity and pleasure and yourself. Meanwhile, there's people out here suffering every day and dying and starving and trying to live good, moral, godly lives. And there's not many real Christians left. And those ones have the weight of the world. They're so few and far between. You might have 100 people in church every day, but they're pew warmers. Because when push comes to shove and persecution starts, or on Judgment Day, you're going to see that they weren't really Christian to begin with. Some of those people go to church and they claim to be Catholic, but they say, oh, it's okay to have gay marriage. It's okay to have abortion and contraception. No, it's not. It's not. God made that very clear. So you're wasting your time and you're a liar. You deceive yourself and other people if you think you're going to heaven and that it's okay to do these things, because it's not. So I don't know what you think you're doing. You're nothing but a pew warmer. So, my priest agreed with me one day. I told him, I said, Father, stop worrying about being politically correct. Tell them what they need to hear. Fire and brimstone. Because, I don't know, I don't want to empty the church out. Nobody will come to church. I'm like, I'd rather have 3 real Catholics sitting in those pews who are going to heaven than 300 who are not. And he said, you know what, Steve, you're right, I agree. And then he started being a little bit more fierce with his. He doesn't hold back anymore. And you know what? The church is actually thriving because of it. People want to hear the truth. They don't want to be told the same old garbage of, yes, God is love, kumbaya, everything's great. No, they want to know the truth. And so, praise God for that. But anyway, I'm just going on and on. I can't even... It's just been a bad week. I thank some of you who are praying for me and have told me. You reached out to me tonight and yesterday on Facebook and stuff saying, hey, I've been praying for you. You must sense it. The Holy Spirit must know that your brother Steve here is really in the trenches right now, surrounded by enemy fire, and is really down and out and going through some bad stuff. And even though he still tries to be a faith-filled evangelist, and I try to make dinner, try to make videos for you guys, and try to be encouraging and smile, and I have been going through hell the past couple weeks that you probably don't even know. And it's getting to me now. Because I should not have to... I'm not a medical receptionist. I'm not a secretary. I'm not a doctor. I'm the patient. I have very limited means, and I should not have to be doing the work of the doctors and the secretaries and calling and fighting and to get appointments and making appointments for myself and, checking up and following through with prescriptions and doctor's appointments and, hey, why did I not get my test results back? And, what's going on here? I mean, what is going on? I mean, I shouldn't have to do that. And then now two people already told me in two different doctor's offices, it's because of your insurance. I'm sorry, but to be honest with you, it really is because you're on Husky D. You're unmedicated, so you don't get good service. I'm sorry. And we're just being honest with you. I mean, it's like pulling teeth to try to get anybody to see you. We do try. We put in the submission. We put in the referrals, but the state keeps kicking it back and rejecting it. And I'm like, so you just make me wait 6 months for an answer that you had after 3 days, and you made me wait 6 months with 2 abscessed teeth? So what am I supposed to just get? They wait until you get sick and die. Because they'd rather you die than fix your teeth. I should die because I don't have enough money to pay for my own dental work. So I should die? After everything I do down here every day to try to help people? I pray for people. I suffer for people. I take care of people. I'm always doing good deeds. I'm a good person. Like, I do a lot for people in society. And so now I should die because I'm not rich and I can't afford insurance and my job won't offer insurance? So what am I supposed to do? I pay taxes. I pay taxes too. I work and I pay taxes. I actually have them take more out during the year so I can get it back at the end of the year. So I pay taxes, I work, I'm always doing stuff, even when I work for free for people. And so when I need medical help, I get denied. When I need to use taxpayer dollars that I have put into the system, I get rejected. I can't get the meds I need. I can't get the specialist I need. I can't go to the hospital when I need to. Are you kidding me? What am I paying taxes for? So these idiot people can sit down and do drugs all day long and worry about getting their CBD oil and have the state pay for them, and they don't have to work, and they get gold teeth and drive burnt BMWs, and yeah, I have to work hard and I have to pay my taxes, and then when I need to go to the doctors I get rejected? Is that fair? This is disgusting. Stop paying for people's drugs and abortions. Stop paying for them to have apartments and stuff if they don't want to work or do anything. If they do drugs, of any kind of illegal drug, or even now you legalize marijuana, if they're doing that, they shouldn't be getting help. They should get off their butt and go work or go do something for society. Because people like me who have serious illnesses and disabilities have to still go to work every day. There's people in their 70s that can never retire. They're standing at cash registers every day just trying to survive and keep a roof over their head. They can never retire. They got to work hard until the day they die. Meanwhile, there's millions of people that are living off our tax dollars, which they keep raising, by the way, so that there's not enough to pay our rent. So other people can get our free rent, who have no health issues, They just claim to have mental problems or stress or whatever, and so now they get to be on welfare and they get to sit around and do drugs all day long and go shopping and loot and riot and all that stuff, and that's okay. BLM's okay. All that stuff, that's okay. But somebody like me who's a hardworking American who can never seem to make ends meet no matter how much he works, who has serious disabilities and health issues, who can't afford to go on disability. My doctor wants me to go on disability, but I can't. I have to be able to work. If I have a disability, I can't get into seminary or monastery. I can't get most jobs. I won't be able to work much, and I will not make enough each month for the state. I'll make like $200 a month. How am I supposed to survive on that? Do you know I spend about $100 a week in groceries for her and I? I mean, are you kidding me? $40, $50 a week in gas just so I can go to work? Every time a tire breaks, it's like $60 to $100 to fix my tire. I got $800 worth of repairs that need to be done soon on my car that I can't afford. And if I don't fix it soon, the engine blows. And I don't have a car. And I can't go to work. And I'm dead. And where am I going to get $800 to fix this thermostat box leak that's ruining the engine? And I got to drive far. Sometimes 20 miles there and 20 miles back or more. An hour almost to work for $13 an hour. Part-time. I can't justify it. It's not fair. This is not, I don't mean to complain, but this sucks. I am a good, moral, law-abiding, conservative, Republican Christian who does a lot, even on his days off, for others. And I have to beg and plead with God to make sure I have food and to be able to make ends meet. And it's like I'm trying to put God first and do His work first, because when I do that, you are covered as well. I'm praying for you and suffering for you and offering up my sufferings for you. I'm doing good deeds to give back to society. I'm working really good as an employee. When I work for my boss, I don't cut corners, steal job time or company time. No, I work hard to help that company thrive so that they can hire more people. Okay? And for what? $13 an hour. And meanwhile, there's a million other people working, other co-workers of mine who don't show up for their shifts. They sit around, they don't even do their job, and they just take their money, and they just don't seem to get fired. But if I were to do that, I'd be fired on the spot. More is expected of me, especially since I'm a Christian, right? He's a seminarian, so we know he's going to do a good job. Yes, I will, because I work for God, not just you and your company. I work for God first. And for love of God and love of neighbor, I have to do my job with integrity. Even when I'm sick and nauseous and running in and out of the bathroom, or I can't even stand up from fatigue, I still have to go to work and work hard and do the best job I can to make an honest living, because God's watching. Okay? And I don't see 90% of the people I know in my life or in society in general working with integrity or having love of God or neighbor. No, they're selfish, self-centered, greedy little jerks who will they'll get away with murder if they can. You give them an inch, they take 10 miles. If they know that they can show up for work late and still punch in and get paid not to be there, they'll do it. If they can leave early without you knowing, they'll do it. If they can just sit around on their phone all day instead of working, they'll do it. Not me. That's not how I was raised. That's not what God expects or commands. So, I think it's safe to speak for the majority of real Christians and Catholics anyway. We're not your enemy. We're not the problem with society. It's you liberal Democrat wastes who want everything handed to you, who do not work with integrity, who are selfish and self-centered, materialistic, who want to sleep around, have babies and abort them, because you can't keep your legs closed. You have no morals. You swear all day long. You do drugs and smoke and drink and waste your money. You loot and steal and pillage and riot whenever you can. Okay, I mean, you're just the most godless, lawless, immoral waste on this planet. And yet we Christians still have to love you and be merciful and patient to you, and bear the weight that you won't tote yourself. When you lack and slack, we have to pick it up. Somebody's got to pick up what you don't do. When you don't carry your own load, someone else has to do it for you. Okay? And yet, you live on handouts and you're never satisfied. You're spoiled. You want more and more and more. Meanwhile, Christians sacrifice and suffer less and less and less. We take less and less. We give up what we have. We choose to be humble and poor for the most part because that's the Christian way, because it's just not right to have an excess when people are in need. And it's just not right when people who don't have a real need are sucking the system dry, and people like me who do have a need. I'm trying to stay healthy enough so I can work and put food on my table and a roof over my head. And I can't even do that. And then I see other people, a lot of people in the world, people I pray for. I mean, what am I doing? And if I get into religious life, do you know that you have millions of religious behind closed doors praying 24/7 around the clock for the rest of mankind who doesn't? Begging God not to let his wrath fall yet, to give you guys a chance. Praying for your conversion, salvation, healing, whatever. You don't do that for us. You don't even care about us. You think we're stupid. Do you know what would happen the minute all Christians are gone from this planet? If we all dropped dead tomorrow or got raptured up, it would literally be hell on earth. There would be nothing and no one with the light of God, the presence of God, to hold back Satan. There would be no balance between good and evil. It would be pure evil. So you guys better stop blaming us Christians and saying that we're the problem with society. We conservative, traditional, moral people, law-abiding, we're the problem. We need to get up with the times and be progressive and modernized. No, we're not going to jump on the broad road with you that leads to hell and destruction. No thank you. You guys are running headlong off a cliff, and you're taking all of mankind with you. And there's a few of us, in comparison, who are trying to do the right thing and keep a balance, and it's getting to the point where we can't anymore. We can't hold back God's wrath any longer. You're going to get what you ask for, and everybody's going to suffer. We'll die alongside you, no doubt. You'll probably rip us to shreds. You'll throw us in the FEMA camps. You'll kill us. But we will go to heaven and be happy for eternity, and we'll be thanking you that you killed us sooner than later, so we can start our eternity sooner. But you, no, not you. You will live in this cesspool that you've created down here. And then you're going to die and go to hell and burn 24/7 with demons for eternity. And that will be your just judgment from God for the way you lived your life, for all the things you could have done and didn't, for all the things you should have done, okay? For not loving God and neighbor, for being selfish, self-centered pieces of garbage. That's what you're going to get. Now, I still love you. Trust me, I know I'm being harsh here. I have to love you because God commanded it. But I don't have to like you. And I don't have to like what you do and stand for. I'm supposed to hate your sin, which is all you spew out all day long. At my expense. At the expense of Christ and everybody else. The good, moral, law-abiding people. At our expense. You just keep living in sin and doing for you. It's all about you. Pride, sex, drugs, money. Oh, yeah, you just enjoy your life. It's all about you. Take, steal, rob, kill, whatever you want to do. Sin. That's all you do is live for sin every day. You live in your sin, you revel in it, and that's all you can think of, and that's all you want to do. And that sin is going to cause you, you're going to have to pay the price one day. You refuse to repent and believe the gospel. You refuse to be good, law-abiding, moral, godly people. So you're going to get what you deserve. Sooner or later. So while you're all burning, we'll get our reward for having loved and obeyed God, and for still loving and putting up with you. That's what we do. We love and put up with you people, and we pray for you, and we still help you, in hopes that it will rub off on you and you'll come to God and be like Him as well. But the sands of time are running out in that hourglass. We're almost out of time. And you're going to get caught in your sin. See, right now, it was like a movie quote. I'm going to quote from a movie, God's Not Dead, where the woman with Alzheimer's says to her son, he says, you know what, I'm the most selfish, nasty, evil person I know. And I have a great life. And everything just goes so well for me. I'm handsome, I'm successful, I'm healthy, I got money, I got a great job, I love my life. And then I look at you. Never did anything wrong, Ma, your whole life. Now you're old and sick and alone. You have Alzheimer's disease. And all you did was be there for other people and love God and serve God. And this is what you get? Doesn't seem to make any sense. Doesn't seem, I don't want to be a Christian if that's what happens to Christians. And she snapped out of her trance and she looked at him and she said, your sin is like a jail cell. And yet, it's so comfortable inside your little jail cell that there seems to be no reason to leave. But one day, the door to your jail cell is going to slam shut. And it's too late. You're trapped in there for eternity. Sin is a prison. You guys think that you're going to get away with it. You're just going to do whatever you want in life and enjoy your life and then go to heaven. No. Your sin is like a comfortable jail cell. And right now, as long as you have an opportunity to turn and repent and turn to Christ, the jail cell door is open. You can still leave and be free. But there's going to come a day, a minute, an hour that you do not know, that you not realize. It's going to just come like a thief in the night. And you're going to die, and that door is going to slam shut. And you're going to die in your sin, and you're going to be stuck in your sin. And there will be no chance to ever get out of that jail cell. And you will end up in hell. And you won't be able to cry out to Jesus to get out and run to Him and be saved. It'll be too late. So you keep on going with your bad selves. You keep on being sinners and atheists, hate the Christians, being liberal, be BLM and Antifa, Democrats, keep on doing it. Keep on having your aborting kids and committing adultery and everything, pushing for gay marriage and doing whatever you want to do, which is usually everything God says not to do. You just keep on doing it. Oh, that's freedom. That's enjoying life. Okay, because it's all about you, isn't it? Fine. And I'll suffer terribly till the day I die. Hopefully make it to heaven. I hope so after this hell of a life. And you'll burn for eternity, and I hope I'm not going to be with you. And that's it. It's over. You had your chance. You did it to yourself. I'm right now I'm addressing the world, the United States, everybody who voted for Biden, all his followers, all you Trump haters, all you Christian haters, all you liberals. You're getting now what you wanted. And it's not, you're going to find out the hard way that what you were asking for is Satan. And he doesn't play fair, and he doesn't like you, and he doesn't care about you. He's lying to you and deceiving you until it's too late. And now you're getting him. He's now running the world. Congratulations. He's infiltrated the church. He's infiltrated the government. He's infiltrated everything, and now he's running everything now. And you voted him in. Actually, he stole the election, and you were all about it. You said that was great. You would rather have a stolen election just to get what you want than have a fair, for the people, by the people election. Just so you can have what you want. Sin abound. Whatever you want. No holds barred. Get rid of those stupid Christians who want to push all these rules on us. Okay. Fine. Now you're getting what you wanted. And it's going to be, mark my words, if you haven't already noticed by now, and it's not even been a month, you're going to realize that everything you thought you wanted, you didn't. And it's too late. You just rushed in the end times. You just brought God's wrath upon us all. You just hastened your eternity in hell. That's all you did. You destroyed mankind, the society. You ruined immorality. You've killed the blood of millions of aborted babies and sex-trafficked children are on your hands. I hope you're proud of yourself. I hope you can live with yourself and still enjoy your life when the reality hits. The suffering, my blood, will be on your hands. And that's why eternity in hell is so bad, because you've got the blood of millions by the time you end up in hell from your sin on your hands. And you have to pay for that. God does not take that lightly. So, and you got Christ's blood on your hands too, because you crucified him for nothing, because you still ended up in hell because you wouldn't take his gift of salvation. You wouldn't love and obey him. You still turned against your Lord when he even went to the cross for you to save you from yourself and from Satan. And you rejected it. I can't. I feel bad when I think about how bad hell is. I feel bad for people. But at the same time, I'm starting to get cold and angry, and I'm starting to. You're making me like you. I'm starting to not care anymore, because it's like it's getting. I'm having enough trouble surviving every day now, let alone trying to help others, because evil is getting so out of control now. It's like every man for themselves, and so I'm just. It's getting harder and harder for me to remain a good Catholic Christian. No thanks to you. No thanks to how bad society's gotten. And I'm fearing for my own soul more and more. I'm realizing that I'm having trouble with loving my enemies and being charitable, and I'm getting tired and run down, and I can only pray that I die of cancer fast and still make it to heaven. Because if I stay here too much longer, I'm liable to mess up, give up, or like I said, I'll always know the truth. I'll never give up. I'll always believe in Christ. I'm never going to lose my faith. I can't. But I could still screw up royally and lose my soul, if I haven't already. And I could fall into despair and despondency. And I'm struggling with that right now. I'm being honest with you. I cannot be all smiles and positive every day. I am taking a lot of whacks. I'm under a lot of attack. My health is failing. My heart is broken. I have no family. I miss them terribly. They don't want anything to do with me. I've lost most of my friends. They were secular. This cross is costing me dearly. And now that things are getting worse, I mean, taxes are going up. I already can't afford to live. I'm not going to be able to afford to live much longer. I won't be able to afford to get my meds. I won't be able to get the medical attention I need. Thanks to this new president and the Democrat regime and the New World Order. Thanks to the COVID that they spread to kill many people. Thanks to all of this. Thanks to basically Satan's doing this. He's really oppressing all of us. The good and the bad. We're all oppressed slaves right now. Being demonically oppressed and attacked. Whether you realize it or not. If you're a Christian, you see it clearly. If you're not, you don't even realize what's going on. I don't know what else to say. I can't sleep right now. I'm so tired, but I still got to eat dinner. And I'm hungry, but I'm not. And it's like, I don't feel well. And I can't lay down right now because my neck and head hurt so bad. And I got things to do tomorrow. And I just want to be able to feel well enough to go back to work and start making money because I need it. I need my bills paid. The bills are coming up again. I just paid them all, and I didn't have enough as it was. And I don't know where I'm not going to have enough. I'm not going to get a paycheck in time. I'm really in trouble right now, and I shouldn't even have to worry about that right now, because I need to worry about my health right now. I'm getting extreme pains in my head and my ears. I can't hear out my ears, just liquid coming out of my ears. I'm not in good shape right now. I don't have COVID, thank God, but it's the last thing I needed. But I need help, and I have been battling for weeks to get seen by the right doctors. This is ridiculous. And I have to battle it out again tomorrow. Another round. Waste hours and hours trying to get through to different people and numbers so that I can fight. I always have to fight to be seen, to get the medical attention I need. Because I'm on Medicaid. I'm not trying to be ungrateful. But I work and pay into the system too. And so when I need it, so that I can continue to go out there and work and give back to society, I can't get the help I need. And now Biden is, there's people who are diabetic, and thank God he's not here anymore and he doesn't have to worry about it, but I mean, he was diabetic. I have friends that are diabetic. There's a lot of people who need that insulin every day to survive. And they already couldn't afford it at $60, which is the lowest it's probably been since during Trump's administration. And now it's almost $500 a month per 1 month vial. People are going to die. And that's just one drug. Why would he do that unless he wants to kill people? I mean, sick. How can you be so selfish and disgusting and want to be president of the United States of America and kill your people and make it so that unless you're wealthy, you cannot survive? How can you do that? How can you go to church, receive the Lord unworthily in Holy Communion, and then sign an executive action for full-term abortion, knowing that you're going to be responsible for slaughtering millions of innocent babies? How can you... I cannot understand evil people. I cannot fathom how evil a person has to be. How satanic and demonic. How heartless to do these types of things. To have no love or concern for the poor, the elderly, the sick, those who need medical help and meds to survive. To unleash COVID and force people into vaccines that you know is killing them. I mean, the list goes on. To basically bring down the wrath of God on all mankind, you got to be the devil incarnate. To have no heart. And these are the people running our government. Pelosi and Biden and it's just all these people. And like they did to Jesus and to most real Christians, Donald Trump was warning us about these people. God gave us 4 years with him, and they would not let the man be president for 4 years. All they did was criticize him every day on the news, attack him, try to find fault, try to get him impeached. I mean, they were like flies on a log of poop. They were like a hornet's nest that was kicked. They would not let this conservative, Republican, traditional, Christian president be president. Because they knew that a Christian in power is dangerous for the kingdom of darkness. That he was going to, as long as he was in power, they would not be able to get away with this agenda. So they couldn't get him out of office fast enough. And now it's not enough that he's out. But they want to arrest him and charge him with all kinds of crimes that he didn't commit to make sure that he never has influence again. And if they're going to do that to the President of the United States of America, the most powerful man in the world, they'll do it to us, to you and I. Think about what they're going to do when they're done playing with him. They're going to turn on us. They're already writing executive orders right now, executive actions that are going to basically criminalize people like me, conservatives, Christians. They're going to take our freedoms of speech, freedom of press, freedom of religion away. They're going to take away our rights. They already have. They're going to silence us even more. They're going to be able to throw us into camps, prisons, torture and kill us. It's coming very soon. History repeats itself. And it's happening so fast. We have to rejoice because the kingdom of heaven's at hand. And the sooner we're out of here, the sooner we're in heaven with the Lord. That I can't wait for. But I'm not looking forward to the remainder of my time on this earth because, like I said, I already suffer terribly. mentally, physically, emotionally, spiritually, financially, socially, and more. I've already experienced hell on earth. My family rejecting me. I mean, you have no idea what that does to somebody. And now, I got bigger fish to fry, because now we got the New World Order, a satanic government running the world, who is coming after us, who's hell-bent on just silencing and persecuting and shutting down Christians, making our lives even worse, because we're the prize. Like, Satan loves to get Christian souls in hell. That's his favorite thing to do. And he's got nothing but time. 24 hours a day. He doesn't need to eat or sleep or anything. He just keeps on working until he breaks us down and gets us. And now he's in power, and he's incarnate in the human flesh somewhere on this earth right now as the Antichrist. And he's already got his people in position of power, and they're already doing his bidding. And they're changing laws and times. And they're enslaving mankind worse than ever before. Our only hope is Christ and getting to heaven at this point. Because there will be no peace until Christ returns. And there will be no safety. And no matter what they say, peace and safety, there won't be. There'll be no freedom anymore until we're in heaven. It's the only thing we have to look forward to. So maybe God's allowing all this because that's the only thing that's going to get people to finally repent and obey and come to him. Because they're going to realize that things are just so bad now and so evil that their only hope, the only pleasant thought that they have in their mind every day is Christ and going to heaven. That's their only hope. It's the only thing they look forward to now. Otherwise, they're on the hamster wheel of this prison planet every day to the day they die. Why do you think the slaves used to sing Christian hymns and stuff all the time while they were picking in the cotton fields and stuff? Their hope of heaven, of God, of being free in heaven one day, of having an eternal reward one day, was the only thing that helped them survive the torture they lived every day in slavery. So, that's how it's going to be for us now. If you be a good man or woman of God, a true, we're slaves. We're all slaves anyway, whether you're a godly person or not, but we just realize it. The other ones are still blind. And they're so scared and they're so godless that they'd rather be slaves to Satan just to extend their life as long as possible rather than die and go to heaven. Why? Because they know they're going to hell when they die. So they want to live as long as they have, and even no matter what that is, they'd rather live 100 years in a jail cell than have to go to hell. I don't blame them. But see, when you're a Christian, you have hope of a better life, an eternal life in heaven, and you can't wait to get there. So when people threaten your life, you're like, good, take me now, I don't care. I got Jesus, I'm going to heaven. What do you have? You have your sex and your drugs and your houses and your careers and your status and that's all great, but you can't take it with you when you go. That's just going to weigh you down and bring you right down to hell. So get going with your bad selves. Enjoy your life. Have fun. Great. I'm glad you have everything you want now. I'm glad everything's so wonderful. But that's your only reward. I feel bad for rich people and famous people because I know this is most likely their only reward. Unless they repent and give it all up and follow Christ. But there's the other part of this is, as a Christian, we suffer and sacrifice. And if you're enjoying every day of your life, I'd be concerned that I'm not going to heaven. Because Jesus said, take up your cross and follow me. And the cross is miserable. There's pain and suffering. He even said there's going to be trouble and tribulation. He's not promising a good life full of roses down here. He said, no, count the cost before you follow me, because they're going to persecute you. There's going to be trouble. You're going to lose a lot. You're going to suffer a lot, but you'll go to heaven. If you're not suffering for Christ and everything's great and you have a lot of friends and the world loves you and you love your life to the death, you're going to hell. He said that. So realize that, I really hope you wake up and realize that. So my sufferings and stuff, God willing, are what's going to help me get to heaven and become a saint so I can go to heaven. So I got to I'm not trying to complain about all my sufferings. I'm just telling you it's not easy. Nobody likes suffering. And I'm in so much pain in this body every day, and fatigue and nausea and just every kind of problem from every part of my body has got a problem. I feel like Job, and I still have to get up every day and try to go to work and I don't know what I'm doing, because I'm just spinning my wheels. I'm not making enough money to ever even get a rent, to have my own apartment. I have no family or friends to help me or take me in, other than Donna here. That's it. She's all I got. I have nothing to look forward to. I can't even apply for good jobs or anything right now because of my health, and because my living circumstances, and because I can't get to a computer to sit there for a few hours and actually send out resumes and stuff like that. I don't have a computer at home. I don't have a printer or a fax machine. I mean, COVID has screwed up everything. I can't, it's made life so much harder than it already was. So I'm kind of dead in the waters right now, just trying to keep my head afloat. Till when? Till I finally go under? It's a matter of time. I'm dying. So the only thing I have is my hope for heaven. So that's why I spend so much time doing this and preaching and putting God first, because if I don't have that, if I don't make it, I have nothing. My whole life was in vain. It stunk from day one, and I never enjoyed it, and it would all be for nothing. Then I go to hell for all eternity? I've got to fight. I've got to at least try to get to heaven. If I get anything out of this existence down here, if I get Jesus, then it was all worth it. But if I don't, I wish I was never created. So I'm going to keep trying to be a saint no matter what life throws at me, even if it kills me. And sometimes I wish somebody would just kill me and make me a martyr so I can go to heaven, because I'm tired. And it's even harder to want to do this, to want to minister, to want to keep suffering for this world, and to keep trying to be a saint when most of the people around you don't even care about God or you or what you do. Look what Jesus did. When you look at that crucifix and you see what he did for mankind, and people don't care. They spit on it. They trample all over his blood. They just don't care that he died for them to keep them from hell. A hell that they don't believe. They don't even believe in him or in hell. I mean, how sad is that? If they do that to God, to the Son of God, well, they're definitely going to do it to me and others like me. So I'm sorry if I don't want to be down here much longer. I'm sorry if I don't care about this world anymore. I don't like sin and evil. And I want to be holy myself, and I don't like the sin that I have within me. I still have a long way to go, and I'm nervous because I'm running out of time, and I'm not where I need to be, and that bothers me. And the longer I stay down here in this cesspool of a society that is going so hellbound real fast, it's dragging me along with the current, and I'm trying to swim against the current here, and not go over the edge into the abyss with you all. And I'm trying. I'm tired, and it's hard to see I don't know how much fruit I'm bearing anymore, because it's so hard to get people to come to Christ now. It's getting harder to minister and to win souls. It's like futile. It's gonna get to the point where Jesus is like, all right, that's it. It's over. Game over. I'm done. There's nobody left to be saved. They're not going to come. God already knows who's going to be saved. He already knows. We all had free will. We all had a choice. But most of us make the choice to go to hell, consciously or unconsciously. He already knows. So he's going to give us time until the last person who's going to heaven has heard the gospel, repented, and is on their way. Then it's game over. So we don't have much longer left, because I'm watching how bad the world as a whole is getting, society as a whole is getting, and there's very few people who are true Christians anymore, or who want to be. We're running out. I know it sounds hopeless, but we're running out of people who are coming to the Lord, and eventually there's not going to be any more. We're going to be preaching on totally deaf ears, and then it's over. It's over at that point. The number of those being saved will have been fulfilled, and it's over. Game over. Jesus returns. And that day is the great and terrible day of the Lord for a reason. Because it's not going to be a big, for the good, they're going to go to heaven, and they're going to return with him, and they're going to be on his side, and they're going to be rejoicing, but very few. The multitudes of mankind are going to rue the day Christ returned. They're not going to want him to return because it's going to be a hell on earth that day, because Christ is coming back with a sword to slaughter them and throw them into hell, to judge them and cast them into hell. That's not going to be a beautiful day when Christ returns. If you're not on his side when he returns at any moment, you're going to wish that he didn't return. So, again, I hope this message gets to the right people. It's been a very long message. It's a long, drawn-out, boring, complaining, negative message. So I'm sure most people aren't going to watch this whole thing, if even 2 minutes of it. But I needed to vent. I'm looking at myself on the screen. I'm talking to myself. I needed to vent. And now maybe I can go to sleep for a few hours. But look, I'm just being real. This is me. I'm a real, average, everyday Catholic man. I don't know if I'll ever be a saint. I don't know if I'm going to make it to heaven. I'm trying. But I am a devout Catholic, the best I can right now. Well, actually, I could always do better, so I hate saying that. I could do better. But I'm not some fancy preacher or priest. I'm not famous. I'm not special. I'm not rich. I'm just me. And all I can do is be me. It's the best I can do. And hopefully reach other people like me. At least you know what you're getting when you watch me. You know that you're getting the truth, more than you bargained for. I'm going to tell you like it is. Honestly, I don't have a filter. I'm not going to be politically correct. I'm not going to sugarcoat anything. I'm not looking for fans. I hope that you love me and pray for me, but if you don't, that's okay too. So be it. I don't care. I care about God and what he thinks of me. And I want myself and all of you to make it to heaven. And that's why I do this. And if I can help get souls to Jesus, that they might be saved through my honest daily testimony, sufferings, if maybe some people watching this will feel a little bit better because misery loves company, then good. If some people relate to me because they're going through the same thing and they feel like nobody understands, now they know that I do understand, God understands, you're not alone. There's got to be other people in a lot of pain and suffering in many different ways in their life, just like me, who want to be Christians and go to heaven. Don't give up. You're not alone. It's worth the fight once you get to heaven. Keep going. That's the message of this. That even though this past couple of weeks has been total hell and I could barely hold this phone because I'm in so much pain and I'm tired and I'm sick and I'm scared and my future is very uncertain and the future of society is very uncertain. These are dark times. Don't give up. Jesus is where it's at. He's what you need right now. You need Jesus and you need to focus on getting to heaven. That's never been more important. It's always been important, but I mean, it's all you've got to look forward to right at this point, from now on. So please, it should be easier to come to Christ now, because now you know that the Bible's true, and that everything we crazy Christians were preaching all these years is happening. So now you can see. Blessed are you who finally, are seeing and having your eyes open and getting in at the last minute. Please, don't be a fool and ignore Christ and be an unbeliever any longer, because that's the stupidest thing you can do. And I'm telling you, whether you believe in hell or not, it does exist, and you're going to go there if you do not heed Christ and obey him and love him and just start being a good, true Christian. That's all I got for you guys now. I can't even see it. I don't have glasses on, contacts on. 4:41. So I'm going to try to eat this cold chicken and macaroni and try to get some sleep if I can, and pray that I will get these doctors to call me back tomorrow, because they never do, and I can get these appointments that I need soon, and the meds that I need so I can get back to work and survive. And I would like my health to get under control or be healed so that I really just want to get back into the church. I want to go back into religious life. I mean, I don't know what God wants anymore. I'm hearing that He wants me to be a monk or whatever. I still want to be a priest, but I don't know if there's going to be enough time to go to school anymore. I mean, I'm still looking at 6 to 10 years of school, even if I went to seminary tomorrow. That would put me in my 50s by the time I could even be ordained. So it's looking more and more unlikely I missed that boat. I should have answered the call earlier in my life when He was calling. But I could still join a religious order and be a heck of a brother and pray for people every day and be all about God's business, my Father's business, and that's all I want. Because I hate to say this, but I'm not going to survive long out here if I don't. So it's kind of becoming a necessity at this point. And maybe God arranged it that way so that I have no other choice and I can't run from Him anymore. I mean, I think what He's doing is I'm like a Jonah. He waited and asked nicely and opened up doors for me, and I put it off for a lot of reasons. And now He's like, listen, you will do this. Now, you could have done this the easy way or the hard way, and you chose the hard way. You're going to go, whether by whale, whether I have to strip you of your health and everything and leave you no choice but to run to a monastery for your very survival. I would have rather you gone and given up things and gone on your own before it got to this point. But I'll take you if I have to force you because it's important. And I'm all about that. I'm like, Lord, fine, force me. I'll go. I mean, I would go if that order in Nebraska would change their mind and give me a chance. I'll go there tomorrow, provided they understand that I'm not well and I might die in a few years. But I'd rather die in a monastery than die out here. I'd rather die doing what I love, serving my Lord, than to die out here, not being able to do that. So that's my prayer, and if you can all pray the same for me, that order will change their mind and accept me, and just make the provisions that are necessary for my disabilities. That's all. You know, give me time to get acclimated, and if I can't be at prayer on time, then so be it. God understands. I can only do what I can do. But don't say that I can't join the order just because I can't guarantee that I'm going to be up at 5 every day and be in chapel every day on time for hours and hours and hours, or that I'm, going to be able to fast when they fast or eat what they eat all the time. I mean, you guys gonna have to give me a break. I mean, I'm doing the best I can. I can only do what my health allows. But don't block my vocation and tell me that I can't just because I'm a burden or I'm old and sick. Please don't do that to me. My soul's on the line. My vocation's on the line. My happiness, my future, everything. Don't do that to me. If you were real Christians, then this wouldn't even be a problem. You would say, hey, we accept you as you are. We love you as you are. We'll be there. We'll help you through. We'll take care of you. Don't be selfish like the world. You're acting too much like the world by rejecting somebody like me just because I can't keep up with your speed. God wouldn't do that. So don't do that. I think that's part of the problem. That's why the church is suffering. All right, everybody. Have a good day. God bless.